What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Talk 365 for a brand new Adidas sneaker review. Today we're taking a look at the Adidas NMD R1 V2 Shibuya Crossing. So these sneakers dropped last summer around July 24th for a retail price of $140 US. And man, oh man, these were actually really hyped up when they released for about the first couple of months. These were actually reselling for about $100 to $70 over retail for the first couple of months. And then now the resale for these shoes is pretty much close to retail, if not retail. So if you want these shoes now is a pretty solid chance to get them. The resale was so high the first couple of months these were released because it was something new, it was something exciting. So the NMD R1 V2, I want to say, is one of my favorite NMD models to date. So this right here is from the Global City Series pack that Adidas did last year. They did a whole line of Boost sneakers, a lot of Ultra Boost, a lot of NMDs, and they had them be basically inspired by major cities around the world. So this pair right here is it's actually inspired by Japan, more specifically Shibuya. The proper name for this shoe is NMD R1 V2 Dazzle Camo, although there's no real camouflage print. I think that's just what they named the diagonal lines on the side of the shoe, which is weird. This has also been called the Sneakers Crossing. I think they just went with Sneakers Crossing. Adidas went with that term to avoid any potential like iffy lawsuits or something with the city of Shibuya. I'm not calling it Shibuya Crossing, but clearly drawing inspiration from Shibuya because of the world famous intersection that is Shibuya Crossing. And if you've ever been there, like I have been many times because I've been to Japan a lot, check out my Japan vlogs if you haven't seen them on the main channel, Sneaker Talk. Shibuya Crossing is one of the most popular like tourist destinations when it comes to the city of Japan. It's always busy, it's always full of life. It's a place when you think of Japan, Shibuya Crossing is one of the like top 3 places you think of when you think of like urban or just Japan in general. So being a person who loves Japanese culture and being a person who loves black and red sneakers and being a person who loves Shibuya very specifically, this is a sneaker that really spoke to me on some sort of like spiritual level. So with that said, let's take a closer look at the details of these shoes. So these have a predominantly black upper. At first I thought it was a prime knit construction, but I believe it's just a like a more durable Adidas mesh material for the entire upper of the shoe. You also have this like graphic print on top of the shoe, which is thicker, which also feels like it adds more construction. It has this black diagonal print with some Japanese text on the side, and I believe the text says the brand with 3 stripes, which is what it typically says on the back. Right here too. It also has like this back panel with this stretch of text going across it. It's like a little spoiler almost. Kind of reminds me of like the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2. Like side by side, say if you took an L on these shoes right here, this is like a pretty good alternative. Most outfits that you could wear with this, you could probably wear with these. However, these do have that bold Dazzle Camo white diagonal print line on the black Boost midsoles. Very similar, but like when you just look at the shape, like yeah, you guys see what I mean, right? Like the overall back of the sneaker, quite similar. So yeah, these have a completely black mesh upper with hits of red. I really like this mixture of black and red. It's one of my favorite kind of colorways on a shoe that really started off with like the Bred ones and even Dunks I used to own. So it's something very wearable for me in my opinion. You also have these black rope laces that are included on the shoe. No extra laces are included, but I really don't think you would want to put any other laces on these. The tongue is like a unibody kind of tongue, similar to the Yeezy Boost 350 V2s or the Pharrell NMDs, where the tongue doesn't shift around or anything like that. It's just there. The mesh and the construction of the shoe is strong enough to maintain its shape, so it'll always look like this. Besides that, you have the brick or the Lego block on the back of the NMDs. It's kind of actually molded into this portion of the sneaker right here, the cage, which helps provide more structure and stability for your foot inside of the shoe. And then you have some red text right here that also might say the brand with 3 stripes for Adidas's branding. Besides that, you have the outsole. Here's a look at the black, white, and red outsole. You can see the white exposed Boost on the outsole right there. And then the midsole, of course, has that white and black diagonal pattern, which is very, very eye-catching, I want to say. There's not too many sneakers that have this kind of Dazzle camo or print on the Boost midsole. Now, if you've been into streetwear for a while, you would know about like Off-White's diagonal print hoodies. So that was one of the first things that came to mind when I saw this shoe, the diagonal print. And by the way, I will be reviewing these on the main channel, so if you guys want to check out that video when it's eventually up. But they also did a white colorway, which I want to say is arguably the better pair. I really like these. I think these are going to be a lot more wearable for a lot more outfits. It's just a white NMD, so of course it's going to be a dirt magnet. But both pairs are really nice. If you were gonna buy one to be a daily beater, clearly this. But if you're a person who's able to maintain their white sneakers, then these would be the better pair in my opinion. But again, I'll have the review for these on my main channel very soon. But for now, we're reviewing the Bred colorway right here. In terms of sizing and comfort for the NMD R1 V2, I would recommend going your true size for this particular model. You could potentially go half a size down for a super snug sock-like kind of feel, but I feel like going true to size in these is fine. And then in terms of how it feels on feet, it kind of reminds me of the Pharrell Human Races in a sense. It is a slight upgrade in terms of comfort from the regular NMD R1. I think it's just because they've added a bit more boost on the back of the shoe, and then the cage right here also provides really nice stability and support, and it kind of really locks in your foot. The NMD R1 really kind of feels like a slipper. These feel more like a shoe that you can do a lot more in. Like if you were to be in like a gym class, for example, probably a weird example, but if you were in a gym class, these would be a much better shoe to run in compared to the original NMD R1. I also got to say the overall design of the NMD R1 V2 I like a bit more compared to the original. These kind of give off more of a tech wear, utilitarian kind of vibe, even though these don't necessarily have any like additional features that you would expect out of a tech wear sneaker, like waterproofing or something of that nature. I would give these sneakers a solid 8 out of 10 in terms of comfort. If you were to wear these all day long, there's no problems in that at all. And I'm genuinely really looking forward to wearing these the next time I go to Japan. These will probably be the only NMDs I'll bring to Japan my next trip, just because it makes sense. I need to take a Shibuya Crossing photo with these sneakers. That just has to happen in 2021. I'm manifesting it right now. Let's make it happen. With that said, if you made it to the end of the video, hit that like button down below and comment what you think about the Bred colorway of the NMD R1 V2 Dazzle Camo, the Shibuya Sneaker Crossing. And if you really made it to the end, let me know which pair you guys prefer, the black and red pair or the white pair. Personally, gotta go with the white pair, but these are still probably one of the best NMDs of 2020. And that's not really saying a lot because they didn't drop too many NMDs. I'll leave links to these sneakers in the description down below, so feel free to click those and see what other colorways they have available. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be discontinuing the NMD R1 V2 going into 2021. I really haven't seen too many new colorways for these, and a lot of the other colorways I've seen go on sale for about half price. So now it's a good time. I'll leave Adidas sales links in the description down below too for all my Canadian and American viewers. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.